the pass. No, he's not. He's just going to go down the outside. Easy run, great run. Here, Durant. Oh! What a pass! What a try! To get it away here now. Short pass. Now they've got numbers. And Bailey will slide through. He's that great dummies. Gets it out wide.
Sensational.
They're going short here now. They're going to play it back on the inside. There's going to be a try. Barrow still have it. Here's Maloney. Here's Maloney. Gets it away to Ritson. Ritson Cooper.
So thank you for joining us on what is a rather grey and cloudy day here in London. And speaking of London, here are the lineups for the Broncos. Number one at fullback is Morea. Liam Tyndall's the winger, with Alex Max and Robert Mathias are the centres, and on the other side of the wing is Elliot Wallace. He'll be on the left-hand side, Tyndall on the right-hand side. Standoff, Dean Hawkins, Garo Voro at scrum half, with Regan Campbell-Gillard and Jimmy Meadows in the second row, with Errol Kapahinas. The props are Luke Smith and Jack Croft, and the loose forward is Sadiq Adebayi. Whereas for the away side for Oldham, a couple of former Broncos in the sides. Kieran Dixon, one of those ex-Broncos players, he starts at full back. The wingers are Tom Nesbitt and Jake Bibby. Bibby on the left-hand side, Nesbitt on the right-hand side. The centres are Ben O'Keefe and Ben Davies. Riley Dean at standoff and Josh Drinkwater at scrum half. The second rowers are Jack Ormondroyd, Adam Milner and Owen Farnworth, with the props being Ryan Lennon and Matty Ashurst. And loose forward for Oldham this afternoon is Jaron Purcell. We're about to get underway, and Dixon kicks things off here at the Cherry Reds Record Stadium into Broncos left-hand corner. They try and work their way up towards the 10-yard line, but they're wrapped up and pushed back towards the try line already. They look to kick the ball into the right-hand side. It's a low one. It's a great kick as well, looking for a 40-20. It's Oldham to shift it inside again. Now over to the right-hand side. On the 20. And Lennon's wrapped up. And there's an injury here as well, and a penalty to Oldham. Takes a few steps forwards and converts the kick. Oldham are in a very early lead. London Broncos 0, Oldham 2. Loose, quick pass breaks them up over the 30. This time with Ryan Lennon. They try and shift down this right-hand side. Quick hands, so they try and get into the corner. They'll chip ball up over the top, comes off a hand, and London just about keep hold of it. There's a couple of knock-ons in there, and London do get away, and we've got a bit of a bust-up going on in the corner. Campbell-Gillard, one of them, and Drinkwater, the other. Inside to Campbell-Gillard, looking to break through the line. That's a big hit, but takes it. Looks to break his way through. Takes three to bring him down. Meadows inside. Catalyst shifts to the right-hand side. Morea, quick hands. Max going over in the corner. Alex Max goes over in the corner. London get the first try of the afternoon. Hawkins had to get it high, looks to dink the ball through, but Campbell-Gillard, ball still loose, and eventually someone gets a hand on there. And the referee gives a try for Regan Campbell-Gillard, who pounced on the ball that Kieran Dixon just couldn't get a hand on. For the Ruffians, it's a high ball up over the top, looking for Wallace, who can't get hold of it, but Morea is there to pick up the seconds, and he looks to break his way through, beating the pass. Shift out to the left-hand side, Bunny Mathias, cut inside. That looked like a forward pass, and it was. There's another set of 6 as well. Is that 4 in a row? They try and find a hole down this right-hand side, and Oldham are in. Cole Gayer finds a hole in the Broncos defence, as they get 4 sets of 6 in a row. And Cole Gayer gives Oldham their first try of the afternoon. Second half. Wrapped up is Smith on the 10-metre line. This is the last tackle for London. Shifted inside to Hawkins. Opts to throw it to O'Ben. Looping pass up over the top, finding Matthias, who looks to break over the line and does do so. Robert Matthias beating his defender in front of the try line and skipping his way over the top. Goes Farnworth. Doesn't quite make it onto the try line. Oldham still looking for a hold down this left-hand side. Bibby is there, but Tyndall intercepts, and now Tyndall can break down Broncos' right-hand side. He's up over the halfway line. Tyndall's going to go on his own. Up past the 10. Liam Tyndall is in. And Broncos go from defence to attack just like that. And Liam Tyndall runs 90 metres into the Oldham try line. And London have got a 10-point lead. That's London Broncos 18, Oldham 8. 10, 8 metres away, looking to break their way through over the line. Are they over the line here, Oldham? The fans on the far side seem to think so. The referee says that he's held up. Making held up on the line. Bienick driving forward. It's not what the Oldham defence wants, is to see big Lewis Bienick driving towards them so late in the game. Clare wasn't paying attention and goes through the defence, and he's one on more with Dixon, and Clare goes over the line after initially missing the play of the ball. Oldham were also ball watching, and Finlay Clare seals all points, all 2 points for London. Up over the 30. Both fans in fine voice in the last minute or so. Hawkins with an extra kick to add the extra points. And that'll see off the game with London 25, Oldham 8. We're over the 18-minute mark now. Hooter imminent. O'Ben, there is the hooter. Ball goes out of play. And that is full time. And London Broncos, after an unconvincing first 15 minutes of the second half, come away with 2 points this afternoon here at the Cherry Reds Records Stadium.
What pleased you most?
Oh, defence. Yeah, without a doubt. I thought we handled everything they threw at us. They throw a lot of footy at you. They have a lot of change of angles. Kieran Dixon gets around the field quite a lot, and I just felt like we handled that pretty comfortably. Our attention to detail in it was good, and it had to be because we made ourselves do a hell of a lot of defending. So, yeah, really pleased with our D. Yeah, it'll take a good 6-8 weeks before we start settling down to the team. We've got some boys on that didn't play today that could easily come into the 17, and Saliba really didn't play. Sam Davis, Marcus Stock, Ben Hersey, so there's some quality still available. And yeah, like I said, in terms of our rhythm in attack, we're not going to get any rhythm if we keep turning the ball over and we keep giving penalties away. So we've got to get into some cycle footy, which is a fashionable word these days people use. So yeah, we want to get into that and get some footy on.
Joined by the Ruffians assistant coach Alan Kilshaw. Alan, the first defeat of the season, what were your thoughts on that today?
I thought there's some positive signs in there. I think there's a hint of regret because I think we beat ourselves at times. Very good London side, very physical London side. I don't think they presented any pictures we hadn't seen in our preview and from their previous games. I just felt, we've erred on the try line. We've given a try there. We've thrown an intercept, probably an inch higher. We probably score there, and it's 14 all. We've given 40-20 away. We weren't very composed top end. So there's lots of things that are easy fix-ups, if you like, and if we can get those things right, then we're not going to be far off. I thought our intent, our physicality, especially early on, was very good. Something we worked on, and there were some positive signs throughout the game as well.
The Goole kicking off, Swinton going from right to left in the scoreboard end, and it's kick off and it's taken by Reece Brays, who will find Jay Redcliffe protecting the first carry for Lions. It's a good strong hit from Goole there. Ratsford goes left, Baker. We're back to Ratsford, that's good hands, Rodden attacks the line, good tackle. Last tackle here, looking for a repeat set maybe. Ratchford, Baker, and Swinton are over. It's the captain, Kenny Baker. Cracking start for the Lions. Goole was waiting for the kick, but it's Kenny Baker who crashed over from a great pass from Ratchford. But in the end, plenty of tackles here left for Lions though to score again. Rodden puts the kick through, looking for Baker. Hits the post, bounces, and it's another try, and it's Kenny Baker again. The captain's got a double early on in this game. A great kick from Rodden, bounced off the post, and Baker was there to tap home under the posts. Cross well, Goole in a dangerous position here. Harmon. Well met, offloads though. The chance, and Goole has scored. That was soft.
It was the offload in the tackle.
It was James Job to Miller to Owe. Gets the ball out. Barley going for corner. Barley. He's give it. He's finished it well in the corner.
He has finished it very well. He managed to ride 3 tackles there. And
we're definitely on top at the moment, making meters. To Owe. Oh, he's through. He's still going. And eventually, he's got the ball out. And Goole has scored in the corner, and that's what they deserve, to be fair. A great break from Tuoe, the fullback. He gets the ball out, and Goole have taken the lead. There's a bit of play on here. Brace again. Out to Stevens. Good run, good ball. And Aaron Lynch steps inside. That's a brilliant try. And he's gone behind the post as well. Lovely ball from Jack Stevens. He shot the dummy and put Lynch through a big gap. He stepped the fullback. And Brace does make it count. And it's Swinton 18. Goes. Kick to corner again, is it? Yeah, for Miller. And they've claimed it. It's palmed out. And they've scored. Goole have scored in the corner. It was pretty soft there from the Lions. Kicked to corner, wasn't dealt with, and they've squeezed in. Fitzgerald, Brace, Stevens, kicks it through. Jack Stevens! He scored! Jack Stevens!
What a brilliant
try for Jack Stevens! Kicks it for himself, and Swinton might just have clinched it.
Yeah, solo try there from Stevens.
Breers. He's added the extras, and Swinton are back in front. Oh, and they've won it! Goole have won it! Would you believe it? And the final score is Swinton 24, Goole 28, and that was a heart-wrencher for the Lions.
Yeah, difficult one to take that. Obviously, to lose it right at the death like that.
Obviously disappointed. To go 12 points in front in the first half, early in the first half, and allow them to come back in. They pinched a try in that first half right on the hooter, and then obviously at full time just to pick the game. Obviously disappointed. I think it's a game we should have killed off really, but I'm very proud of the effort. I think we asked for a response this week, and I think we got it. I saw levels of togetherness in that performance that I haven't seen before. I felt like we was massively under the pump in certain periods of that in that game, and I seen lads work really, really hard to defend the line, and I thought we did some really good goal line D, but ultimately it's just moments in a game that they crucify you really.
Any league games in 2 seasons, but now 1 in 1, so Whitehaven are in for a very, very tough game today.
Game is underway. Jake Pearce is the man to fetch the ball forward from kick-off, attacking the railway end in the first half of Whitehaven. Up for him, it wasn't what he was wanting to do, but he has been brought down 6 metres out, comes back towards the middle now with Santi will then find the prop forward Ryan Jackson. Jackson's just going to be taken down, is he? He's not, He's got his arm free there. Ellis Nixon's complaining about that one. And it just into the 4th minute here at the recreation ground. It's the visitors looking to get their first ever victory at the recreation ground. It's Ryan Jackson, and it is Haven 0, Thunder 4. As we look at him here, but Santi's put down onto his back, 2 or 3 metres. Just short of 10 minutes gone here at the recreation ground. It's the 5 and last. Comes left into the hands of Roberts. Little fumble, but keeps hold of it. Then comes out into his left-hand side corner. Brad Ward dives in the left-hand side corner. The Whitehaven defence tried to recover. Who was there? Alison Holgate isn't happy with something. Ben Pearcey was there. Cole Walker-Taylor was there, trying to argue his case. Is Alison Holgate. I've still never seen a referee change his mind yet, and I won't do once again this afternoon. Just into the 10th minute here at the recreation ground. The Thunder strike for their second of the afternoon. Hunter, but has then been taken down, but they're only 2 metres out. Pemberton's in there. Brendan Santi, it's another 6 again. Whitehaven's goal line defence will get under Santi, but this is a fresh set of 6 from here. Comes now into the hands of Reynolds, and you are going to stop. I don't care who you are, you're not stopping a tall figure of a man like Harvey Reynolds that close to the line. And it's the 3rd try in the opening quarter of an hour here at the recreation ground. The Thunder are 14-0 up, and no doubt one of the easiest conversions you'll see all season for Jack Smith. He should make it 16 with 16 minutes gone. The Italian international 16 metres out as he plays it. Pemberton comes across a couple of pairs of hands, finds Hunter. They're looking to go for it in on play 2, and they've broke down this left hand side of the Thunder. There's 4 on 1. McGovern, that looks forward for me to Cody Hunter. Back to back tries, however, for the Newcastle Thunder, and they're ripping Whitehaven to shreds. Are the Thunder at the moment. 17.5 on the clock. It is Whitehaven 0, Newcastle Thunder 20, and if Whitehaven do not get a grip of this David Seeds, this could turn into a massacre. Pemberton in there at dummy half. Here will come left into the hands of Cody Hunter. Back then into the hands of Reynolds once more. Taken down 10 metres out. Pemberton comes down this short side into the hands of Hunter with a double pump, and they're in for their 5th of the afternoon. It's Noah Whittingham in on this left hand side corner just into the 22nd minute. In a few seconds now. Whitehaven 0, Newcastle Thunder 26. It's more than a point a minute for this side at the moment, and if it could potentially have got any quite ahead at the recreation ground, David Seeds, it has. You could hear a pin drop.
And I don't.
This season. Into the hands then of Williamson. Walker looks to get the kick in behind, and he'll dive on it on that left hand side. Will Ethan Biggerdike and Whitehaven. That's something they'll like to see. They've put the first real bit of pressure they've put on the Thunder here of Whitehaven. They've cracked, and they've been able to get on that left hand side. If there is any hope left, David Seeds, they needed something like that before the half-time break. Williamson involved alongside Jordan Thompson and Connor Holliday. Just the left hand side of the post, 7 metres out, pops it up for Harvey Reynolds. I think he's got it down as Reynolds. I was just about to say, I think the post padding has come to their favour there. And I think that's something Anthony Murray will be fairly disappointed with how is he in the middle of the field, David Seeds, that they've been able to crash themselves over of the Thunder. Drove back over the line. Some of them were too busy celebrating their tackle. It's in the hands of Kumatai. You're not stopping a Kumatai from there. Could have put a brick wall in front of a Kumatai that close to the line, and he's going to barge over from short range. It's the first try of the second half. It's their 7th of the contest for the Newcastle Thunder. And it is Whitehaven 6, Newcastle Thunder 36. Line Williamson in there at dummy half. Will look to go right into the hands over the top of Ben Pearce. Pearce is over on that right hand side corner, is he? Oh, he's lost it over the line. The second consecutive week with the try line begging for Ben Pearce, and hasn't been able to ground the ball on both occasions. He looks certain to cross on that right hand side. Still in there at dummy half, looking to go down that short left hand side with Cody Hunter. Dangerous is Hunter, gets the offload away, knocked back by a Newcastle man, jumped on it by a Newcastle man, and they're not happy there at the Newcastle side, and it's Aidan McGowan that's one-on-one with Connor Holliday. I can understand why they weren't happy when one of the Whitehaven players dove on the Newcastle attacker on the floor, but he hadn't called held with referee Detton Arnold. They're entitled to do so. It doesn't look pretty, but they are entitled to do so. McGowan took exception, and referee Detton Arnold's had to split the two sides up, stop the clock, and he's just having a word with Andy Sweet, and it's knocked on, scrum down, head and feet to Whitehaven. Of the sticks here at the recreation ground, into the hands then of Harvey Reynolds, searching for his hat-trick. Is Harvey Reynolds. He's hauled down short. 5 and last. Rostan looks to put the kick in behind, and he's got there as Pemberton, Taylor Pemberton. Biggerdike couldn't recover fast enough. Obviously must have been short on numbers. David Seeds might have seen more than I did. I was too busy looking in and around that play the ball area. But for Biggerdike to be there, the centre David Seeds, Whitehaven must have been severely short on numbers on that right hand side. Pemberton's been the man to be able to take advantage. They've crossed for what is their 8th try of the afternoon, their 2nd of the second half, into the 58th minute. Whitehaven 6, Newcastle 42. With 15 minutes to go here at the recreation ground as Jacassi is the man forward. Hasn't got through a lot of work as Andy Jacassi, although he hasn't had to this afternoon. He's been pushed back good few metres, and then calling a penalty. Oh, and then we're all in again. Newcastle don't have to do this. It's them that started it on that occasion. They don't have to get involved with this. Trying to get up, play the ball 10 metres out to the left hand side of the post, goes left into the hands of Hunter with the double pump, trying to find then Noah Whittingham, looking for his 2nd of the afternoon, taken down 2 metres out, looking to go down that left hand side once more, are they? Aidan McGowan, Pruitt, thrown the dummy and gone over from dummy half. That's something Anthony Murray will not like at all, as we just tick over into the 68th minute. Try coming in the final seconds of the 67th. Aidan McGowan on that left hand side from dummy half, and Jack Smith's now got an opportunity to put the 50-point mark on the board for the Thunder this afternoon.
No need to do that, just get him on the next one.
And they would have got Whitehaven on the next one. Ellison Holgate's the man to fetch it forward. Got his arm round the sort of head area of Ellison Holgate there, and then we've got him once again. Kellett was in there, and we've got another meeting of the minds, and this is what happens when the referees don't deal with it, David Seeds. So just have a word with the captain. This continues to boil over, and that's why most of them are in there at the minute. Jack Kellett having a good conversation with Cody Hunter.
Well, at least Jack ended up on the top there, which was good.
From his own line, just over 4 minutes to go as we make it. Now looking to go down that left-hand side with Jordan Lipp. Lipp's then one-on-one with Cole Walker-Taylor. He's done well there as Walker-Taylor to slow it down, but he's got the offload away as Jordan Lipp. And now Aidan McGowan's going through the centre of the field. Even Biggerdike's going to try and get back. Can he get there? Can Even Biggerdike on against McGowan? He's just going to outpace him, is Aidan McGowan. He's forced him to put the ball down on the left-hand side, and all the applause there has to go to Even Biggerdike for coming back, but even more of applause has to go for Aidan McGowan, taking full advantage of Whitehaven's defence. He's been there at 6s and 7s, and it is their 10th try of the afternoon for the Newcastle Thunder. Aidan McGowan on that left hand side after breaking down the middle of the field initially, following the break from Jordan Lipp. 3.5 minutes to go as we make it. It is now Haven 6, Thunder 54. Eccleston looking to fetch that ball forward. He's brought down 30 away now from his own line. Kieran Williamson's in there at dummy half. There is the hoot there a little bit earlier than we were expecting.
We just weren't on point in any area where we have been good at. We've been so good defensively on our try line. We've been really good on contact and slowing teams down, which you slow teams down, it allows you to put your systems in place. You can work your marker system, you get that line speed, and your contact's generally good. But we were on our heels all afternoon. We weren't controlling, the ruck speed, which then puts you in difficulty on the edge. You're not reading the edge, you're sort of jamming, and good players, what Newcastle possess, will sort of capitalise on that and punish you. And fair play, they did. I've no complaints whatsoever. They schooled us in every department. They were a lot better than us in all areas of the game. Sometimes you just got to give credit to that opposition, and I was disappointed in terms of how we sort of put ourselves across, but you're going to get those days. And what I did speak to the players about before the game, the level of competition this year is shot through the roof. You only have to look at the recruitment of teams, their ambitions, that how they've gone out there and spent a considerable amount of money in certain areas where you need to be good in. And today Newcastle team come here and set their intentions out quite clearly of where they want to be.
This evening. As for Salford, then, this new look team, this new look club, everything about them is fresh. Even the badge is different, and it looks I like that badge actually, it's quite nice. So they start them. bear with me to try and go through some of these names. At fullback, Raphael Van Ossenlaar, Sam Hill and Deacon Connolly on one side, with Kieran Taylor and Joe Hartley on the other. Toby Hughes partners up alongside Manny Ross, with Sam Bowring, Brad Dwyer, Owen Hallenby, Reece Stanton, Ollie Garmston and Finn Yates. Interchanges for Salford: Ethan Newbolt, Lembo Bardell Wells, Cole Appleby and Damola Iron Lajar Lowo. Lewis Pillin will be the 18th player. So we've just been saying there, Graham, about players for Salford. These are fringe players, these are players that have come up from their academy, just people that believe in the Salford system, they believe in the new ways. They are going to bring in more and more loan players as the season goes on with the new backers that they've got. But for the start of this championship campaign, it's going to be a rough ride, I feel.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the CEO for Salford is going to be on top of that, and like I say, everybody's buying into it at the moment, these players, and we'll have to see what they can do week in, week out, and I'm sure they'll work hard for the coach and try and get something to build on, and that's the main thing. In adversity, when you're like this and you're up against it, you know, it's about going out there and proving it to yourself that you can do it.
Well, we are just moments away from kick-off here then at Craven Park, the Northern Competition Stadium. It's going to be Brad Walker that's going to kick us off. Raiders playing in blue shirt with their white V down the chest, blue shorts and blue socks, of course, kicking from right to left as we look at it from our commentary balcony here. Salford in their new look strip, almost looks like Phoenix-like flames going down that shirt, the red and black famous colours of Salford. And here we go then, Saturday night under the lights, live on BBC Radio Cumbria. Banner Raiders, Salford.
Was way as far away from your try line as you can.
Another big run once again from Walker, right down the middle, still going. Two Salford defenders battling to stop the big Cumbrian forward. As Raiders now then shifting out towards that right side. Good hands here, good fast hands, creating some space. Luke Cresswell gets the offload away. He's going to cut back inside from Tia. Tia goes back to Cresswell. The captain's over. 4 minutes on the clock. Banner Raiders get a first try of the evening. It's now Raiders 4, Salford 0.
Yeah, they just took him to the sword there. They stripped him on that right edge, and then Luke Cresswell got the ball, made the overlap, put it into space to Curtis Tia, and stayed on that inside, as he does very well, and took that ball and slid over for the first Raiders try.
Something, a familiar sight for Raiders fans. Luke Cresswell, the fullback, the ultimate support player, probably one of the best in the championship, if not the best.
It's always been a key point of his game. I think he does very well when he goes in at dummy half as well to cover and things like that, because he's always had that eye for an opening.
I suppose Luke's coming to the latter stages, shall we say, of his career. He's definitely got a few seasons in him, but it's nice for these Furness Raiders lads that do keep getting promoted to the tide year on year. That's what the ethics of the club are all about, and you do wonder, you know, who's going to step into them shoes, because it's a big boots to fill in a few years' time.
Yeah, well, it remains to be seen. You know, it could go one of several ways. I mean, gone are the days where a big financial person comes in with deep pockets, you know, and generous and try and buy your way to anything. And that's what Paul Crary and his team they noticed and they realised that a lot of years ago, and they started to put that in place. I wouldn't like to take a guess at how many years ago, but it's now starting to bear fruit really well.
Successful conversion by Brad Walker then, meaning the scoreline here at Craven Park reads Banner Raiders 6, Salford 0. Treatment's already been carried out. He's come back onto the hand with a heavily strapped, looks like a left, I don't know if it's left hand or right, I can't tell if that's mud. It's his right hand that's heavily strapped. It's straight back into the action as Raiders now then, within 20, coming down this left hand side. This time it's going to be T. Ritson. T. Ritson goes in the corner. He does what he does best. He sniffs the try line, takes his opportunity, and it's the second try of a Saturday evening. The Banner Raiders, it's now Barrow 10, Salford 0. Furness Raiders Academy as Barrow now then, with Josh Wood running at the markers, takes the Raiders to within 30. Just inside the 30, in fact, now. Has still got a few tackles remaining in this set. Raiders opt to go towards this right-hand side this time as Walker grubbers that one through. It's bobbling around, it's come loose, it's collected by a Raiders shirt on that far right-hand side. Over the line he goes, it's going to be try number 3 for Barrow.
I think it's your man Dan Knott.
Just trying to get, it was all fumbling around there, Graham. I couldn't quite make out exactly who it was that scored that one. Are we going with Dan Knott?
Yeah, I am anyway. It looked like him, yeah. It looked like him to me. Just looking at his stature.
Well, the announcer's getting confirmation from us. We'll go with it. We'll go with Dan Knott until someone tells us otherwise. He's got that try. Just 13 minutes into his first competitive start in a Barrow Raiders shirt. Dan Knott goes over. Third try of the evening for the Raiders. Barrow 14, Salford 0. Still a little bit of confusion in the media box.
Well,
I think there's some messages coming through now as well. Hopefully, I'm waiting for somebody just to confirm that was watching on the stream. But no, it's not. It's not. They're just letting me know that there's no score on the scoreboard. Don't you tell me. Raiders 14, Salford 0. 26 minutes to go until half time, and Brad Walker now with the conversion attempt on that far right hand side. Wind and rain against him, doesn't make a difference. He's got that one right through the middle. It's Raiders 16, it's Salford 0. 16 metres or so from the try line. As now Salford shift this one, kick this one towards the post. There's a great kick through. There's 3 Salford players chasing that one, but the referee has said there wasn't enough contact on that one, so I'm pretty sure that Barrow Raiders got their hand to it. They did. Forcing the drop out, great kick along the floor there, Graham.
Yeah, game.
Yeah, it's one thing we talk about a lot, isn't it? It's fitness-wise, it is harder to defend than it is to attack when it comes to cardio. But I mean, this is a team that, you know, that they were brought up in full-time settings last year. As a kick comes through now, this is a fantastic chase. The ball's bobbling around. Will it be collected? It will be collected. It's going to be forced to drop. That's a fantastic kick chase by the Raiders. But you've just come back to that fitness thing, Graham. A lot of these lads have trained with Super League teams and Super League academies, so you'd think that they should be fit enough. But then again, the strength then and the skill sets come into it. That Salford line looking for their 4th try of the evening as Ryan King then gets this one out to Archer. It's a great ball. Raiders trying to edge the way through with Robson, but he's brought down on the 10. Prime position here for Barrow to go over once more. It's a quick dummy. Dart towards the line, and it's going to be try time for Doolin. Back in Raiders colours, gets the 4th of the evening. It's now Barrow 20, Salford 0. Aidan Doolin. Dan Knott can't find a way through. Tackle is made. Tackle is complete. 3 minutes to go. Raiders still within 10. Driving towards the line. Stretching. Can't find a way just yet. Quick play the ball as Barrow back towards that 10 metre mark now. Bobbling around. Quick hands over the top. They've got space on the left hand side, but it's a little bit slow to find the hands of T. Ritson. T. Ritson moves back in field. Hand round the collar, wiggles his way through, still going is Ritson, gets it off all the way, Barrow underneath the sticks. Can they get the ball down? Yes they can. 3 minutes to go until half time. It's try number 5 for the Raiders. Fantastic work there, all started on that left edge from T. Ritson. Last moment there to bring down the Raiders man as Cresswell now and again attacking the mark has been another quick 10 metres there, and Barrow just like that find themselves within 10. It's 5th and last. Options left and right, go towards this left hand side. Can they shift the ball across, trying to get the offload away? The offload does come away. Raiders go in for the 6th try of the evening. It's now Barrow 32, Salford 0. That's the Raiders now moving to within 20 metres, looking for try number 7 of the evening. Out towards the left hand side, cutting back in towards the middle, and there it is. Try number 7 of the evening. Raiders extend that scoreline. It's now Barrow 36, Salford 0. Raiders defence to smother him in possession. Play moves towards this right side once more. They've got a space on that right hand corner. Can they find the line? They found the line, and listen to the noise. It was worth the journey for these Salford fans. They've seen their first points for this new look Salford team, and it's come with 9 minutes to go on the clock. You'd think it was a game-winning try. They're behind the sticks there. They're giving it some. It's a joy to see this, Graham. So play is going to continue then. There's the hooter. On the play of the ball, the play has been stopped. It's finished here at Craven Park, the Northern Competition Stadium. Barrow Raiders 38, Salford 4. Salford come up with their first points of the championship season with a fantastic travelling support this evening.
Yeah, I thought we got out the blocks early. We said in the change room before we were out, we've got to go and try and win it in the first few minutes really and carry it through. It's difficult, you know, to carry it through in them conditions. At half time, the rain's come and it got like a bar of soap. So in the second half, we put a lot of ball down, but you know, it's a convincing win, conceding one try the whole game. I think at one time there they had 3 sets and a repeat set on our line and we held out. We just got a little bit tied up in the middle when they scored and went through the line. I think Ellis jumped the line, Ellis Robson, and tried to spark one of their players, but and they left a big hole, so they went through. But you're looking for perfection, you're not going to get it. So we've got to be happy with every win. And like I say, two league games now and only conceded 1 try. It gets tough from now on in. You know, Whitehaven's going to be tough, York's going to be tough. We've got Halifax coming to town and then Sheffield. So it gets harder, but we'll put ourselves in a great position. Only no injuries today apart from Woody split his hand, you know, between his middle finger and his left finger. And it's a major gash, so we're going to stitch him up, and they said he'll be able to play as long as there's no infection in there. So, you know, just pleased to get out with the win. You don't know what, these will beat some sides.
Yeah, tough game as you say, mate. The conditions were tough, but same for both teams. Yeah, there was some pleasing aspects of the game. It was a tough first half, 28-0 first half, but then 10-4 second half. It was, and we got over the line as well. So I asked for improvement second half, and I certainly got that with there being the 10-4 score line in the second half. Yeah, it was always going to be tough. Barrow were a tough team. They always have been. Plenty of good players up here, as you say. Plenty of experienced players have been playing at this level for a long time, and also at Super League level. So it was always going to be a tough place. It's a tough place to come. But as I say, I think there were gradual improvements throughout the game, and we've got to build on that going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. What a game. I thought it was a tremendous advert for the Championship Rugby League. I thought, you know, the game swang and you know, back and forth 2 or 3 different times, and just really proud of our guys to finally get the job done. Yeah, absolutely, we're getting there. You know, we're not by no means a finished article yet. You know, we didn't have any pre-season friendly games, so you know, we're probably a little bit cold against Newcastle and got caught out there. And you know, the Challenge Cup last week was great attacking practice, wasn't it? Let's be fair, but you know, we're building nicely. And what I've got here is such a committed bunch of players and staff, and really care and dig in for each other. And I don't think anybody that was here today can deny that.
Yeah, very disappointed. You know, again, the start of the game's really hurt us. You know, being 16-0 down and having to try and get ourselves back into the game. Fair play to them. I thought they were fantastic in what they did. I thought they scrambled really well. They moved us around. When they got an opportunity, they took it. You know, we invited them again. It's just a little bit of a cycle at the moment that we're getting ourselves into. Second half was better. You know, we moved the ball a little bit more. We need to recognise if teams are tight that we can't go through route one all the time. We've probably got away with it the last 2 weeks, but this week we didn't. And you know, our halves have got to be better in recognising that. I thought their last plays were, you know, a lot better than ours were. You know, where we were starting our sets compared to them. Even the kickoffs, you know, they were starting them on the 30-metre line, 40-metre line, some, which just puts you straight under pressure.
Yeah, but obviously pleased we've got the 2 points, but like I said, we started really well, and then as ill discipline, let them back into the game. And when you're defending for long periods of a game, you lose the energy battle. And I thought that second half we were out on his feet, but we found something to get us out of it. And Jacob Hookham stood up and slotted over. And pleased we got the 2 points, but we've still got a lot of work to be done.
Yeah. It was what we planned for. We planned for it to be a stop-start game. We tried to keep it flowing as much as we can. We anticipated every time that there were going to be just handbags and everybody running in, and we could see why they were doing that. Because they were gone. Some of their forwards were gone. Tired, and they do it to get their energy back up. But we planned for that, and we still were guilty getting caught into it a little bit. That kept them in the game in the second half. But we give them a 12-point start. First 10 minutes we were way off. Intensity were off. The marches down the field on the first from the kickoff. When you expect us to have energy there and win that energy battle, and we weren't there. So that were a little bit of a concern at first, and then we got to 12 points, and then we came alive and kicked into how we should play. I mean, we only got up there twice in that first 20-25 minutes, and we scored. Or however long it was, and we didn't really throw a lot of shit. It's muddy field. It's muddy for them. We tried to throw some shapes, and we played wet weather rugby, turning them back on inside, and we virtually fell over the line. It wasn't hard to get over the line, but it was silliness keeping them in the game, really. Second half, it was quite a simple message. Just complete high kick to a corner and wait for them to make mistakes. So for 30 minutes we were doing it, and you could see them cracking, and then we give 5 penalties away in the last 10 minutes.
Here on behalf of BBC Radio Cumbria Sports, my name's Dave Parkinson, alongside Harvey Redmonds. We're just seconds away from getting going, and Rochdale Hornets kick us off. It's a long kick-off. Funneling back to collect is Jake Carter. He gives it to Callum Farrer, and Farrer almost reaches the 10, loses a couple of metres with that first carry actually, as soon as he met the Rochdale defence, which pulls his way forward just to the left-hand side of those uprights. Last tackle signalled. Phillips works it left. Here's Carter. Carter. Oh, that's a measured kick. It's a superb kick. It's set up perfectly there for Mason Lewthwaite, and Mason Lewthwaite opens the scoring in the 5th minute. What a slide rule kick. Adds the angle to run. Gets over the 40-metre line. Last tackle signal here. Ball to the left. Carter to kick. It's gone high. It's a hanging one. Flanagan. Oh, he's lost it. Zarin Galea contested it. Can Braden Lee get on the end of it? Braden Lee has kicked forward. He's kicked forward not once but twice. He's followed up. And I tell you what, he's gone and scored. Well, it's a scrappy looking rugby league try, but they all count. In this one, Flanagan stepping and twisting, getting beyond halfway. Burbley is bringing him down. That might be another set restart, but the referee's patience holds, and Sim plays it into the arms of Dallimore. Dallimore keeps his kick low. Oh, there's a flying TJ Boyd after this one. He'll pick it up and he will score. That was beautifully worked. What a kick from Dallimore, and what a score from TJ Boyd. Goes down on the 10-metre mark. Waterworth moves it right onto Hickey. Hickey dabs it into the corner. It's a brilliant kick, a brilliant take, and Nixon will score. 58 minutes in, we're all level. Dan Nixon taking a brilliant kick from Joe Hickey and touching down, and perhaps importantly improving the angle. Someone needs to take a tackle. We went Sevens rugby then for a minute, didn't we?
So off the cuff.
Last tackle, ball to this left-hand side. Dallimore misses a man out, goes to Ashton. He gets it out to Boyd, and Boyd steps and finishes well at the corner. Hornets have gone back-to-back with their tries, scoring after 58 and now after 63 minutes. They have stretched their advantage out to 14 points to 8 with that lovely finish from TJ Boyd. And it's spun to the right-hand side. Hickey finds Junior Sow, who's had a phenomenal second half ball in hand. Inside the 20-metre line he goes, off to the right hand side with Hickey. Hickey keeping his kick low, and it'll bounce up, and they'll score another try here, will they? No, they won't. It's been ruled out. And knock on over the try line. That was ever so close to another try for Rochdale Hornets on that right hand side. Hatton takes that tackle, knows there's another tackle left within this set. It is the last one though. Off to the right to Hickey. Hickey, he's dabbed it over. Oh, it's the same play and the same result. The kick goes up. Nixon comes down with it. Nixon has touched down, and I can't help but feel that may be game set a match at 20 points to 8 with just 7 minutes remaining. Well, yeah, say they've sold about 2,500 tickets so far. Workington applying the pressure in these closing stages. Here's Carter inside the 10, links with Weir. Weir plays it out to Galea. Galea, short pass for Corkill. Corkill for the line. He's deserved that as Rio Corkill. It won't win the game, but that's a really well worked try. The spine all linking up as far as Workington were concerned, and Corkill making it 20 points to 12. Oh, he stepped up. He has converted. The flags are raised. 20 points to 14. Now I reckon that we've only got a matter of seconds left.
Yeah, it might be one player.
Off to the left hand side. Little kick comes in over the top. The hooter sounds. Nixon has it for Rochdale Hornets. The tackle will be made, and Hornets celebrate a very close run victory. A deserved victory in the end as far as they're concerned.
Really pleased, yeah, really pleased. I was a little bit disappointed with some of the stuff we did in the first half. I thought we fueled Workington a few times and give a couple of soft tries away off kicks, but other than that I thought it was a terrific second half performance, and yeah, really stuck to game plan, worked hard for each other, and defensively much better. Yeah, I mean, and when you've got people like TJ and Dan Nixon out there that can that love to compete for those kicks. The kicks were really well executed and look really good tries. I thought that our first try in the first half was really smart from Dally, because we were finding it hard to break Workington's D down, and because they were defending very well, and that little kick in behind was superb, and TJ chased onto the end of it and got the try. So yeah, we scored some good tries again this week. We did say at half time that our attack was a bit clunky first half, but we thought it had come good if we defended really well, and that was the plan for the second half. Just defend better in their third and then take our chances when they come along.
View of the game, we set off all right, didn't we? Set for set like I asked them to do, 8-0 up. I won't say we were coursing, but we were comfortable. And then momentum changed a bit when we didn't complete a couple of yardage sets. And then they get a try on the death of a kick to make it 8-4, and I was like, look, let's readdress how we started the game and go into the second half, finishing on sets on our terms and getting a fair share of the ball, and then we just got absolutely no field possession because we couldn't complete our yardage sets. From 8-0, when we went 8-0 up, after it was 20 minutes or something, till when it was 16-8 to them, we were completing about 40%. And you wonder why we're on our goal line. Yardage errors, outside backs again. I feel sorry for my middles because they're doing their job. My outside backs aren't, and it's error after error, and it's week after week, 4 games now. And we're talking about the same thing. We'll talk about the same thing on Tuesday night in video. It's something that's going to have to change, and it's a tough league. Game that we've done the double over Rochdale last year, and now we're coming with a defeat on the back of that, so we're probably bottom of the league now with Whitehaven, I would imagine. Fair enough, it was Barrow first game, but that again, ball retention wasn't great. Ike wasn't great, as in ball retention. It's just too many individual errors, mate. And it's disappointing because we've worked a lot on it. We just said there that we worked a lot on our yardage game this week and our errors, and they're going to dish the same up, and it's disappointing, mate. It really is.
Sponsored by Keighley, Workington, number 21,
Yeah, obviously happy with the result. Obviously the win was vital and very important. You know, we knew it would be a tough game. We spoke all week about, you know, the younger they would have coming here, you know, especially with certain players who's played here, and obviously the younger they have as sportsmen as well, because they're a very good team. They play good rugby and got some really good players, recruited smart. So, you know, we come under pump at times, and I just thought at times when we didn't give penalties away and we was really disciplined and clean, and we ended our sets in their 5 or 10, they couldn't live with us, but then unfortunately we'd just slip off, and our discipline again would lapse a little bit, and then when it did lapse, we just invited them out, and obviously if you do, you get a team of their quality up in your you're a good ball as such. They'll ask questions, and they did. But you know, I just thought we had a big stranglehold of the game for long periods, and they struggled to get out.
Halifax attacking the south stand. Miles Lawford's kick off. Drills it deep and long, collected by Burton. Handed on to big frame of Liam Kirk, well handled. From Batley, but Halifax, they're knocking on the door here. Oh, and it goes to Calcott. And Calcott scores, but quite rightly, it's going to be chalked off. Stop 15 metres away from the line. Scrappy play the ball. Referee just says, just get up and play. Here's Woods. Long ball to Burton, and Burton's going to score this time. And Joe Burton dealing with it so far. O'Brien finds Inman, and Inman put down by Walshaw. A total mismatch of bodies there. O'Brien finds Storich, onto Zenon finds Tiggs, lovely play, lovely fullback play by Tanguy Zenon. Puts in Ben Tibbs for the equalising score. They stacked it right. O'Brien from the back of the scrum finds Lawford. Lawford straightens up, out the back to Zenon. Attacks out wide, Tanguy Zenon, and broke through, and Tanguy Zenon provided the first try, scores the second, and takes the lead for Halifax. 8 points to 4 with a kick to come. Come up to the last minute of the first half. Here's Fairbank, short ball to Forster. Forster makes the break. Still going Forster. Oh, he gets a tackle. Can he go all the way? Ben Forster. Forster gets the ball out. Oh, it bounces. Lawford kicks it in. This is going to be a brilliant try. Oh, what a try that would have been. Batley kicked the ball dead. Can Halifax get one more tackle? Will they go for a drop goal? Here's Fairbank. Fairbank gets off to Forster, and Forster, long ball. Crooks collects. Crooks, it's opened up for him, and Ben Crooks is going to score right on the half-time hooter. What a captain's knock. Brilliant try. They deserved the try before the last set. And he could say that's poetic justice. Inside, will get put down right underneath those posts by 3 Halifax defenders. Day Halifax and O'Brien. Short ball to Cooper. Has Cooper go over the line? He has. And Batley scored the all-important first try this second half. From Calcott, still going towards the line. The Batley defence struggling to put him down. Less than 5 metres out. O'Brien waits. Finds Storich through the gap. And Jesse Storich! It's been coming for the last 2 or 3 games. But Jesse Storich. Oh, I think it's the last tackle for Batley here as well. It is, last one. They'll go back behind the 40 for Woods, and Woods will put the Sarah Barrow Graham. Chance it down, and Charlie Graham is going to run away to score. And that is exactly what he deserves. What a try. What a game from Charlie Graham. What a dive over the line. And with 14 minutes to go, is that the try that wins Halifax this game? Charlie Graham, who's had a brilliant game in defence. Less than 5 out, Batley Bulldogs. League finds White, runs across field, finds Woods. Woods shakes through to the end goal. And Zenon, the ball's bouncing all over the place. No one can get to it. And Walshaw is going to put the ball down, but there's about 17 knock-ons there. Here's the last tackle of the game. White, out of the back to Reynolds. Pedestrian ball to Hudson. Hudson chips behind, and Tanguy Zenon's there to kick the ball into touch. And Halifax, first home game of 2026 in the Betfred Championship, get the first win of 2026 in the Betfred Championship.
To be honest, I'm not too sure really. You know, like I said to the lads there, they've credit. You know, 2 points isn't easy in any game, is it? And found a way to get it over the line early in the season. But ultimately, I probably feel like performance-wise, that's nowhere near what's going to be accepted for what we want to do. So, yeah.
Is it a good sign that even though we weren't kind of firing on cylinders and a bit clunky, you would say, that we still managed to get the win?
I think last year I would have probably said yeah. But I mean, year 2, absolutely not. I'm not going to accept that kind of performance really in terms of in terms of when you're trying to take another step this year, which I think we should be. Ultimately, you know, you individually and collectively, we've got to do better. Everybody, not just the players, like I say, because actually they found a way to win, but our bog standard performance has just got to be a bit higher than that.
Mixed, really. Obviously, initially proud of the effort from the fellas. Something that we want to base all our performance on. You know, and I thought we saw that in abundance, and I thought we were physical as well. Two trademarks of this group, and we don't want anybody to come to any game and question those two areas. And so far, I don't think that you could do. Pleased with the amount of opportunities we created. I thought our spine connected well and created an abundance of 3-on-2s and 2-on-1s and 4v3s. Good try scoring opportunities, decent try scoring opportunities. Why didn't we take them? Why didn't we get the points? Well, initially I thought Halifax defended well. I thought some of their wingers, Darius Carter especially, saved 2 or 3 tries with some really big plays for them. And we got our depth and timing wrong a little bit, and you know, we're on a journey as a club. We've got a journey as a team. We've got some young players who are learning. I think they've come a long way in a short space of time.
Still looking for a hold down this left hand side. Bibby is there, but Tyndall intercepts, and now Tyndall can break down Broncos right hand side. He's up over the halfway line. Tyndall's going to go on his own. Up past the 10. Liam Tyndall is in.
Just over 4 minutes to go as we make it. Now looking to go down that left hand side with Jordan Lipp. Lipp's then one-on-one with Cole Walker-Taylor. He's done well then as Walker-Taylor to slow it down, but he's got the offload away as Jordan Lipp. And now Aidan McGowan's going through the centre of the field. Ethan Biggerdyke's going to try and get back. Can he get there? Can Ethan Biggerdyke on against McGowan? He's just going to outpace him, is Aidan McGowan.
Plays it down Danny Moore, keeps his kick low. Oh, there's a flying TJ Boyd after this one. He'll pick it up and he will score.
Top, they've got space on the left hand side, but it's a little bit slow to find the hands of T. Ritson. T. Ritson moves back in field. Hand round the collar, wiggles his way through. Still going is Ritson, gets it off right away. Barrow underneath the sticks.